If you love all things spooky and paranormal, then you must visit the delightful York Ghost Merchants. It's an independent boutique on the medieval street called the Shambles, and it allows you to shop for their adorable York ghosts. But this place is way more than just a shop, and it is an entire aesthetic experience with lots of surprises waiting in store for you. The only downside is that it's always busy, as it's extremely popular, with queues being over 3 hours long. I recently waited in the rain for these ghosts, so I can tell you whether it's worth it are some tips to avoid the queues. Let's go.
So hello there and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Sophie from thirdeyetraveller.com and I make magical videos from places that feel like a fairy tale. Today I'm here in the historic city of York in the delightful Snicker Way of Lady Pecket's Yard, and I'm going to be visiting one of the most famous shops here in the city. If you've ever been to York, you know that the Shambles is a delightful medieval street which people think is Diagon Alley, and the York Ghost Merchant is the busiest shop on the most popular street in York. So I'm going to see whether I can actually get inside. People queue ridiculously early in order to be able to go into the shop and buy one of their ghosts. And so I'm going to try and visit today. Definitely going to be heading there early. I think I'm going to be heading there around an hour before it opens at 10. Of course, you can go earlier, but it doesn't open till 10, so I didn't really want to wait 2 to 3 hours for this shop. But I thought, well, if I waited just an hour before the opening time, at least it's only 1 hour rather than 3. So come on then, let's go and see what the experience is like to shop at York Ghost Merchants.
So the York Ghost Merchants are the makers and sellers of the original and finest York ghosts. They are the most remarkable shop on the most extraordinary street in the most haunted city in the world. Their business follows the traditions imposed by the Sorrowful Guild of Master Ghostmakers, which means that they create all their ghosts using traditional methods. They don't mass produce their York ghosts, and every one is created by one of their makers in the workshop and stamped with a mark to signify that that ghost is an original true ghost. The shop is based on the Shambles in a delightful Georgian building, but as the shop is small, they only let 8 people in at a time, and so naturally there are very long queues throughout the day to get inside. As I knew I was going to be waiting over an hour in the rain, I decided to head to the popular Greg's Bakery in the UK to grab myself a coffee and a bacon roll. That way, at least I knew that I'd have something warm to drink while I was waiting in the rain. Now, at this point, I wasn't sure whether it would be worth it, as it was absolutely pouring. It was super chilly, but I remained determined and in good spirits.
I think here in York, and I'm going to be heading to the York Ghost Merchants now to wait in line to be able to buy one of these ghosts. They're not cheap, but they're handmade and they're very, very popular. So let's go and see what it's all about at York Ghost Merchants.
So yes, I headed over to the York Ghost Merchants in the rain, and I stood outside in the queue with 2 or 3 other people at this point. This was around 90 minutes before opening time. There were some fellow ghost collectors standing there, so I had a nice little chat with them, and then it was the waiting game.
Okay, so now I'm waiting in the queue for the York Ghost Merchants. I don't know, I think it's going to be opening around 10 o'clock, so that's going to be around an hour and a half. But as I said, rather wait 1 hour than 3. So let's see how it goes, and I can't wait to head inside and buy my ghost.
So you're probably wondering at this point, what is so special about York Ghost Merchants and why do people want to wait so long to get inside? Well, ghosts are synonymous with the city of York, as it has been voted as one of the most haunted cities in the world, and so it's nice to buy some spooky souvenirs on your visit. No 2 ghosts are the same, and each one has a spirit of its own. Maybe people visit this shop because it goes viral on social media and people want to see what it's all about. But I think people love to visit as this experience is singular and extraordinary. I really can't think of another place in the entire world where you can go ghost shopping. It's the experience of waiting on the medieval Shambles and the anticipation in getting inside their mysterious roped-off boutique. You can meet their friendly sellers, choose your ghost, and have an incredible shopping experience in their Victorian boutique. This is why people wait in the queue, and you'll often see long lines along the Shambles.
Okay, so we are about 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from the shop opening. It is absolutely it down, so I'm waiting underneath the shops. But yeah, I'm really excited for it to open.
As we got closer to opening time, we saw the merchants arrive for the day with their boxes of ghosts. Now, the York ghost merchants bring in around 600 new ghosts daily to their shop, and as I said, no ghost is the same. So you'll often find that these all have unique characteristics, and this is why so many people wait in line to get their hands on one. The queue is not just full of new buyers, they also have regular collectors who all come to wait to see what new ghosts are in store. Around a minute before opening time, the merchants started to open the door and bring out the famous rope which closes off the boutique, and we finally got to go inside this hauntingly beautiful shop. As soon as you enter, the shop will feel like stepping back in time. It's set in a stunning Georgian building with timber frame ceilings and creaking floorboards. All the staff are dressed in Victorian dress and they all have their own nicknames like Mr. Bags. The shop has an old world aesthetic and the walls are delightfully decorated with gilded portraits and an old grandfather clock. Beyond the surface of all the decor, there are some amazing surprises waiting in store for you. For example, you can look behind some of their gilded portraits and find some of their amazingly cute phantom ghosts. If you press the button to the side, you will also get to see a little scene in the doll's house lit up. They have a really cute set where you can place your ghost for photos, and they also have some peepholes that you can peep in. If you look behind these, you can see some incredible little ghost portraits and some scenes of the ghosts behind the walls. How cute is that? After I had finished ogling all these incredible aesthetics, it was time for me to turn around and check out their fabulous ghost collection. Their ghosts are available as the original size, which are 8 centimeters, and the little size, which are 5 centimeters. Every single ghost is handmade with non-toxic British materials, and each pattern is completely unique. Now, many of these ghosts have nicknames like Beachy Ghosts or Terrazzo. There's also Huckler and Egg. There's loads of different types of patterns with the nicknames that have been created for them over the years. And honestly, it can be so hard to choose a ghost as there are so many amazing colours and patterns to choose from. I was given a tip that I should choose the ghost that calls to me, and so I picked one of the beachy ones and a marble one. They are absolutely cute and I couldn't wait to place them on the scene to take a little photo of them on the Shambles. I thought that this was a really nice touch, and it makes a great souvenir, especially if you bought one for a friend. They also used to have a train that took your ghost around the store, but this is unfortunately out of service. The staff were kind enough though to let them take a little ride in the carriage, and I was definitely a proud ghost mama. The original ghosts cost £18 and the little ghosts cost £9. And when you buy your ghosts, they are beautifully presented in either a vintage map or a little boo box for the little ones. They also have some tote bags to take your ghosts away, and I bought this little one for mine to protect them. After my purchases at the York Ghost Merchants, I then was told about their Ghost Dispensary, which is another one of their ghost shops just inches away from the haunted pub of the Black Swan. It's opposite a 15th century church and guild hall, and you can go in this delightful garden to wait for their store. The reason why this is such a great option is because the queues are half the time. At the dispensary, you'll only be waiting around 15 to 30 minutes as opposed to an hour to 3 hours. So I definitely recommend it if you wanted to save some time.
So I've just finished my visit to the original York Ghost Merchants, which is on the Shambles. But if you wanted to wait for a little less time or you wanted a different experience, then I would come to the Ghost Dispensary, which is around the corner at St. Anthony's. And they have a really special event going on here during my visit, which is the Ghosts in the Garden. It's a trail which is perfect for spooky season. So before I get in the queue for the dispensary, I thought I'd show you some of these ghosts. There's a whole trail that you can follow with stops in the museums in the garden, and of course there are 3 to be found in St. Anthony's around the dispensary. Okay, so these are some of the ghosts. So you have a headmaster. I think this used to be maybe an old school. This ghost here. And I think someone said there's a black cat, so I'm going to try and find that as well. But yeah, you have some ghosts in the garden, which is a fabulous installation here in York. So I've just spotted the ghost cat, which is by the fountain. How cute is that? So sweet. I am going to be now waiting in the queue for the Ghost Dispensary. I think she said it's waiting at about 30 minutes at the moment. So I'm going to be heading in there and seeing whether I want any more fun little spooky ghosts. I can't wait. It's super fun actually to go into these shops. It's my first time and I couldn't believe how sweet and adorable the ghosts were, and they had so many different options as well. It's hard to choose because you could end up spending a lot of money. So yeah, it's not the best day, I have to admit, for standing in queues for ghosts, but at least I have a brolly to keep me dry. Let's see how long it takes.
So yes, although I was told 30 minutes to wait for the ghost dispensary, I actually only waited 15, but I'm telling you, waiting for these ghosts was definitely taking a toll in the rain. When I finally got inside this beautiful shop, it again had the same stunning aesthetics as the original York Ghost merchants. There are plenty of original ghosts to purchase, as well as little ghosts and more surprises waiting for you in store. And this is what I think I loved most about this shopping experience, is it's not just a shop, they also had all of these amazing stories and features as well. The little ghosts at the dispensary were in abundance, and you can see they look like a little ghost army here. And again, they had lots and lots of ghosts to choose, and I was struggling again as there are so many unique and wonderful patterns. I decided to buy a ghost for my mum, and as she likes purple, I picked up this very cute beachy wavy one. They also have some phantom ghosts again, and all of your ghosts again are beautifully presented in these stunning boo boxes before you take them home. And another great reason to visit this dispensary is they have their own scene, which is the set of a graveyard, and I absolutely loved placing my little ghost for my mum in this scene. She was absolutely over the moon to see the video of her ghost here. All in all, although I had a long wait, I definitely recommend waiting for York Ghost Merchants.
Okay, so I have finished my visit to the York Ghost Merchants here. I'm seeking shelter in St Anthony's Garden because it is absolutely tipping it down, but I thought I'd show you exactly what I bought at York Ghost Merchants. I absolutely love this tote. This is one of their smaller totes for £3. You can also buy a larger one, which I think is £6. So yeah, here it is. And I actually only bought 3 little boos, little baby boos. They're so cute. They're here, and I absolutely love them. They're so cute. I'm going to name them. I'm not going to name my mum's because that's her boo, but I'm going to name mine Casper and Knox. I think that's what I'm going to name mine. So yeah, they're going to be standing on my shelf at home, and I cannot wait to display them. It was such a fun time. It is a long queue. I do find that I've been waiting sort of in queues since about 8:30. It's now around 11:30, so it has been a bit of a busy morning waiting for ghosts, but it is totally worth coming to York to do the Ghost Merchants. Just make sure to bring some time and patience, and you will have a spectacular time shopping for your ghosts. Thank you so much for watching this video and for joining me on my visit to the York Ghost Merchants. I've had such a lovely time chasing ghosts here in York, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video as well. If you do like these sorts of videos, remember to press a thumbs up or subscribe for more magic, because I often visit magical and haunted destinations. So yeah, thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!